Okay, what's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video, Endgame 352 Custom Tactics, and I've got the gameplay at the end with my live controller showing you how to play the 352. We're going to be using this formation in FIFA 23 as well when it does come out. So let's just prepare now. We're going to go through the tactics here. We got pressure on heavy touch. It is more of an aggressive formation, to be honest. More than my other formations, a bit more on the defensive side. So just bear this in mind. It's probably very fun to use, but it is very, very dangerous. You can use pressure on every touch, which is the example that I'm going to use if you find it to be too aggressive. For the build-up play, we've gone with long ball. Long ball is probably the best way to really go, especially going forward with the left mid and right mids. And then we're going to put direct passing as well. The width, we're going to bring this down to 40. I'll explain to you why, but we're going to use hug the sidelines to make the team wider. You can use forward runs if you're on old gen. On new gen, you can use direct passing. And if the depth, just leave it both 70 on old gen, new gen is completely fine. Players in the box on 7. Now we're going to go into the instructions, but before I do so, this video is sponsored by the One Football app, your one-stop shop for all football information. If you want to get the latest football news, especially now coming ever so close now, only a few days away now from the football transfer news, transfer window club coming to a close. Want to get latest news? One Football, they got your back. Of course, you can follow your favorite team, and they got all other football news. The link is down below in the description. Don't forget, if you download it, you do actually support my channel by downloading it. And it's free to download, so anyone can download it. Link is down below in the description. One Football app, your one-stop shop for all football information, and it's the app that, of course, that I use, and that's the reason why I promote it. But instruction. So, Cam, stay forward, get into the box for a cross. Strikers, stay central, stay forward, and the other one, stay central, come back on the fence, and get in behind. What's important for you to note over here is when you're defending, this player does come back and make a midfield 3. Just remember that it does make a midfield 3. So if you're watching this thinking what's going on here, it's because he comes back and he makes that midfield 3. So if you don't want that, just put him on stay forward. Left mid, come back on the fence, get into the box, get in behind. No need for conservative now, especially at this stage of the year. For both the left mid and right mid, those guys are so quick. You're going to see in the live gameplay example how I use them and how they penetrate through these defensive lines, how they create so much confusion. And you always have either left mid and right mid free, or they pin the defenders away, and then you've got space in the middle between your opponent's left centre back and right centre back to either pierce through, or you can have your striker running behind to create more of an issue. We then have one CDMs on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover centre, and stay back while attacking. This is going to be the guy that's going to sit. Think of it like the Kante, the Matic of the team. The guy is always going to sit back. Then next to him, we have man mark, get forward and cover centre. Get forward because I naturally want to be even more attacking, that last minute runner coming in late, and that of course combines with long balls so that player makes that run in behind. But more importantly, man mark is something I've just been trying, because when a guy goes forward, when he comes back, I'd rather him go to a man mark phase as opposed to going to cut pass lanes, because naturally in cut passing lanes he'll try to fill in a gap to cut the passing lanes, but at that point sometimes with the players too slow, it's fine to use cut, but if you've got someone like Tecatito who's really, really quick, you can use man mark and you can throw along with that player just temporarily, and then I can always switch to him when I want to on the way back as well. So that's the only reason why, because it's extremely fast. Left centre back and right centre back, both of them are on overlap for both the left centre back and the right centre back. And the goalkeeper is on balance, nothing going on there. Now let's go straight into the gameplay. Don't forget, I got the live controller, and I'm going to show you a live gameplay and show you exactly how I play this formation so you know what to do. Anyway, straight into the gameplay. Okay, now going straight into the gameplay. As you can see, this is the tactics and instructions. As I said, this is a very aggressive tactic, so bearing in mind when you're watching this, it's going to be quite aggressive. So a lot of you guys won't actually like this. It might be too aggressive for the majority, is what I want to say. So obviously tune it down to how you want to, but this is my end game 352 custom tactics. Let's get it started again. We're going to change to attacking, and you don't normally do this, but I'm just going to kick the ball out of play just to save some time, so the formation changes immediately. We're then going to hug the sidelines on straight away. This is something that I always forget to do when I'm not playing serious. Like, you know, when I'm playing casual, even on stream sometimes, I do forget to do it. It's just a kind of a bad habit. Sometimes I'm just not paying attention too much. But yes, always use hug the sidelines. We're just kind of watching for the pass back to the middle. You can see that's the back 5 making place. Going to bring the goalkeeper out here. And don't forget, the controllers are live, so you can see exactly what I'm pressing in real time. I'm just going to keep it close to the byline here, and the goalkeeper should get that. I tile somehow on the header now. Counter-attacks, 1-2s, L1 trigger. See? Can I make that run? No. So I do an L1 trigger to that player. I can see that's Ronaldo, so I'm pushing him forward. Now Ronaldo's running forward. I just got to find Ronaldo, time it to perfection now. I'm going to bring the ball back. What we're going to do a 1-2 again. Bring it outside the box. You can see Tecatito's making that run inside the box. As I mentioned to you, we've got the singular CDM that gives us space here. And then we can see Neymar on the ball just ever so. I think that's offside now. But you can see how the player's moving. That's why you can use direct passing or forward runs. It's up to you. To be honest, I generally do change between them. I prefer forward runs on old gen, which I'm playing on now, because everyone knows how to use direct passing on new gen anyway. And new gen, I prefer direct passing. But what I did, I thought, you know what? Let me use direct passing in this video on old gen to show that it can still be achieved. L1 trigger here. You see Eusebio making that run. That was a mistake of mine. Now we're going to run back. Now you see we've got one CDM here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this person in the middle. I'm not going to panic. It's literally just man mark him. Let him take the shot. You know what? Hands up. You know, that's a very, very good shot. It's Ben Yedder, that card, so I'm not going to expect anything less. Anyway, we're going to go forward in the attack. We're going to get the ball going forward. Do the 1-2s. Wait for that player to make that run. There we can see it. To like shot across. And I tried to take it, go downwards and go across, but I decided to change my mind last bit there. So it's a bit of my mistake. There probably would have been 1-0. But I made that mistake, that one there. I don't normally go for shots outside the box, but the situation presented itself pretty good. I normally pass my free kicks. That's offside. Let's hit my player then. I normally pass my free kicks and my corners. So again, we've got no CDM, so we're just going to run into the middle. And you see we never selected the back five there. We didn't need to. We just needed to run back with the centre mid there. We can see there, that's Mr. Neymar. I'm going to make a pass in the middle, and we can see with hug the sidelines, that player keeping wide as possible. And that's why we don't need that wide width. We could just use a narrow width, Eusebio, and it should be a goal. Offside again, unfortunately, just ever inches offside. Inches offside. More like millimeters, should I say. Again, there's a 1-2, so I switch to that centre mid. Now I apply pressure with the centre mid now. I switch to a left back when I need to, or right back, should I say. Run the jockey. Keep him at bay. I know he's going to pass the ball in the middle. I'm not going to panic. That's my centre back now. I don't want to go out too much. So I kept the distance. You see, that's the key. Even in FIFA 23, if you're watching this video and thinking, oh, look, is this just 22? It works. No. Because in 23, it'll be the exact same thing. You know, the basics of FIFA and football never really change. You have to always keep your position. You see that player running in the middle. Now you see that's why that player on get forward offers that availability. You see that? Nice. Pass there. Eusebio. And I should be a goal now. Fingers crossed. Yeah. So you see it's all about just being patient. The players will make the movement. You've got the left mid and right mid pinning the left back and right back, as you can see. Look at the distance in between the left centre back and left back for my opponent. Again, we're just going to use Ronaldo. Just apply a bit of pressure. If we need to, we can switch between all these players here. And you can apply pressure with the front foot. Bring back Ronaldo here to cover that space. And just what we're doing here is just what I call filling the gaps. Just filling the gaps, and if we need to, we can press. So you can move, for example, Tecatito there, move Neymar there. Just staying in a block. Applying a bit of pressure, and then we switch to our CDM there. Because you see we anticipated. There was no need to keep running out with our centre back there. The fake shot stop. Bring the ball back, and we have to wait for that left mid and right mid. We can see our target is completely free, so I pass the ball to him. L1 triggered there. Ronaldo's made that run. Bit of a mistake on my end. I was too busy looking at Ronaldo's run there, and I wasn't paying attention. Made up for it, did a 1-2, and some reason Tecatito decided to run over the ball. That is Cancelo going up top. We're going to leave him, let him come on side. Watch this, we're going to let him come on side, and then we're just going to leave him there. And if we need to, we can use him. I didn't want him to run it behind. That's the issue with getting behind instruction there. I didn't really want him to do that in that situation. That is why I would say always use balanced. You can always trigger that play yourself manually. But yes, if I wanted to play that through ball, that would have been perfect. Now here we got to choose our centre back. We're going to go for the slide tackle here. Oh, very, very unfortunate here. Goalkeeper come out. Not going to panic. Not going to panic. Lob the ball here. Now that is probably one of the downsides of getting behind, as you can see. There was no really need to do that. But you know, if we wanted to, we could have used, of course. We could have very, very easily brought that player with an R1 trigger, or we could have used a player lock. We'll do quickly bounce it back in. Now remember, if you're in trouble and you've got no one to pass the ball to, just go on the opposite side. You're always going to find that person free. Don't worry about it. Just look on the radar. This is why I use the co-op camera angle. We're going to do a 1-2. My favorite way of setting up. You create that mismatch, numerical mismatch. You can always trigger attacker going forward. Neymar gets the ball, wait for Ronaldo over to lap, And that should be a goal. Oh, he didn't go down on the floor. I thought most goalkeepers there, they would normally dive on the floor. And he's got a counter. So we're not going to panic. We're just going to run in towards goal. See that? We're not going to wait. We're not going to go towards him. We're just going to run towards goal. And you know what? Unlucky. What can we do? The goalkeeper probably should have saved that one, I would say. Probably should have. I think we moved him as well. I don't know if we probably jeopardized the situation of trying to save it. But a bit of an unlucky one. As well played for my opponent there. It was not much I could do, really. It was a good counter attack. And we get a bit fortunate here with the kickoff, to be honest. Bit of bad defending as well. And you see a bit of pressure on every touch kicking in as well. And you can see that's our final centre base. We're just going to run back here. Now you can see we still don't, even though when we're losing 2-1, we still got time. You know, we've created so many chances this game. So I'm not actually worried. Just going to wait here. Neymar is off, just off ever so slightly. Oh, he's on. The mistake I made, I genuinely thought he was offside there. Millimeters, honestly, millimeters. One of those games. See Neymar there. I think he's off now, isn't he? He's not. Yeah, he is. That's probably when you have your first games. You're always a bit rusty when you play your first couple of games or so, and that should be the start of the second half. Well, end of the first half, should I say. So first half, pretty good game. I think we played pretty well. I mean, we got a bit unfortunate with that chance towards the end. He did one goal near post, which we couldn't really do that much about. And the other one was just probably a bit unfortunate. It's just one of those things, really. It was a good goal, the one near post. They didn't green time it, but... So what you can do, for example, here is you could see we have Eusebio on comeback and offence. So what you can do, you just put him on stay forward. That way he'll be more attacking. And as you can see, with the narrow width, if I just want to, I could just take off hug the sidelines. And I don't have a narrow width anymore. So we're going to go straight into the second half. And we're going to stay. And we have the team press tactic as well if we need to use it. We don't need to use it now. It's very, very early on. We don't need to use it. I'm in mindful of the kickoff. As you can see with Cancelo, I did not choose to be aggressive when mainly normally I would be aggressive. But I decided to be passive. Now that is my CDM going forward there. So you see I'm not even going to pass the ball to him. That way he's going to return into CDM. Watch this, he's going to return back into CDM. And then I continue the attack without him. I think that should be a goal. So you see how I used right mid, Atal, because I hugged the sidelines. But you see him going forward actually pushed that defender away. But I made sure he came back because you see if I played the ball with him, yes, you can do it. But it of course would be inherently risky to do that as well. Because bearing in mind, if I lost that ball, I would have been in trouble. And I think Ronaldo is going to be perfect here for the first time shot. And fantastic goalkeeper movement from my opponent there. Very, very good read. I'm just going to run back here. It's going to track right in front and then switch to my centre mid, then get the ball. So you see I follow the runner first and then get the ball. Not going to panic. There I see Atal. I see Corname also again in centre mid. Now because we're drawing now, I don't need to go forward anymore like that aggressively. So you can just play it in between. You see Neymar and then do a little bit less dribbling and I should be able to take him just about now. So again, just waiting. You see, don't force the ball. Let your opponent make the mistake. You know, induce him and force him to do some sort of hesitation or some sort of rapid movement with his left analog stick and let him make the mistake. You know, don't force him, kind of like an unforced error. Not unforced, that's the tennis example, but like let him make an error that that he doesn't want to do, is what I'm trying to say. Let him make a mistake that he doesn't want to do, but it's more of just he's panicking in that situation. He doesn't know what to do here. And if you want to now, because we are winning, you're going to cut back now. Oh, very, very nice play from there. Didn't expect that. We're going to need a CDM here. Oh, a bit unfortunate here. We're going to have to choose our centre back here because we're just a bit too far with our CDM. Yeah, let him make the mistake and don't panic. And we're going to run with Atal. We've got so much space. Fake shot stop. Now we're just going to bring the ball all the way back and we're going to lob it to the other side. And that is not what I wanted. I actually want that to go just a bit in front. I probably chose the wrong one there, the wrong pass. I'm going to go in front. See how I just read that? I saw the L1 trigger. I saw the movement and I read it. There we got Cancelo 3-5. This is why I love the 3-5-2. Even if it says FIFA 19, as I always told you. And that's going to be game set. I'm actually going to bring the goalkeeper far post. I'm going to go near post. Just a bit unlucky there. That play got away. And he was too busy concentrating on moving the player as opposed to the same thing. Again, we're just going to run in front here. Again, we're not going to worry about Neymar too much because he's not the danger area. So you see this? See how I just ran back. You see, most people there would just lock onto Neymar there thinking, lock onto the centre mid thinking, oh, you know what? Let me go get the ball off Neymar when you should be worrying about the attacker. Again, we've got so many attacking options here. You can see he's got two strikers on stay forward. He's going to rotate the ball here. And we've got to find a gap. There's always going to be a gap. Perfect gap there. Going to wait a little bit. And again, if you're not too sure, well, it took a bit of a risk there. Going there for a slide tackle there. That's Theo Hernandez. Now, we're a bit in trouble. We're going to run back all the way here. And we're going to go with that. That was meant to be a slide tackle. Use the wrong button combination there. If you know, you know. That's all I can say. And we can see Neymar there. And I think he's just about onside. And we're going to wait a little bit. Fake shot. You know what? Let's bring it back upwards here. I don't want him to leave. So we'll just not score this goal here. We'll just bring it back. Because unfortunately, most of these gameplay examples, most people like to quit the game, especially at this stage of the game. Nice through ball. Wait for the overlap. There we go. Nice. Fake one way, go back the other way, pass, and that's good deflection in the end. So 73 minutes. It's probably going to go to more of a constant. So now what you would do in the ideal situation is you would change to a 4-2-3-1. That would be the way you'll lock out the game. But let's say, for example, you just wanted to stay on the formation. Very simply, just put this on balance. We're going to bring the width back to about 35, which is quite a wide. You've got a back five. It's quite a wide defensive line. We're going to bring this to 45. And then we're just going to put come back on the fence on this guy. You can put him on come back, stay back while attacking. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put here balanced, and we're going to put slow build up play. And that way, if he does press us, which he's probably going to do with constant pressure, we're going to be able to counter that. You see what I mean? Okay, let's have a go. So we've got to be careful from corners because these are counter-attack territory. So you can, of course, always move your corners and free kicks down. I don't want him to leave either. So if I do get a really good goal scoring opportunity, I will strongly make sure I'll try my best. Well, I don't think he'll leave now. It's probably too late. But just in case he does, I want to show you how I would do this. So again, I'll rotate the ball. Don't forget, if he's got, let's have a look over here on the radar. You can see he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. If he's got 3 players on stay forward, you got to be extremely smart. You got to be like, okay, you know what? I got to change formation. Nice constant pressure. L1 trigger. Wait for that. Like that. Bit unlucky. Again, so you can see, look, you got to be aware. So like this would be a situation where I'd be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to change formation. I don't want to stay on a formation where I got 3. Look on the radar. You can see it's a 3 versus 3. So you got to be smart here. But just for example's sake, I'm going to stay on this formation. So let's say I was locked, I had no more pauses left, and somehow my left and right D-pad buttons were broken. This is what I would do. So again, we're just holding against constant pressure, not panicking too much, letting the ball come to us. We see Neymar there. We're just going to do an L1 trigger when he does that offside trap, and that was the wrong pass to the wrong player. And that is the benefit of Tekatita actually being on stay back while attacking now. Again, not going to panic. Let's dribbling. Now you see, this guy is now our right back. So if we lose the ball, we are done. So we're going to pass the ball back to Atal. And this is what I'm trying to say. It's like kind of like a bit of chess, you know, seeing which players are where and kind of reordering the players so you don't make that mistake. And that was meant to be to Atal. That didn't work out. Nice pass. I don't even think we need a win here. So I think, right, let's do a bit of left stick dribbling. I really do enjoy the left stick dribbling. One of the few positives about this game, I'll be honest, I've not really been the biggest of fans of this game. The left stick dribbling is really, really nice. It's FIFA 20 style. Even a player that's pretty clunky, you know, you have the ability just to dribble. Like, you know, this is how FIFA should be. You know, you don't need to use any skill moves, you know. You just need to use left stick dribbling. Beautiful slide tackle there by Ronaldo. Trying to switch to Eusebio. It's not working there. And you can see now we're going to run back, be a bit aggressive here. Then we're going to run back with Eusebio just to cover that space. You see like that. That way I can be aggressive without bringing back the CDMs. And you know what? If he doesn't celebrate against me, I'll give him the win. Well, not I'll give him the win, should I say. I can't say that actually. I will do my best to win the game, I mean, if you know what I mean. Good cross, but unlucky. The good one in jockey, and I think that is game, set, and match. So hope you enjoyed that gameplay example. This is how I would use a 3-5-2 in attacking phase. Again, it's one of my end game tactics. I really enjoy this one. Bit on the aggressive side, maybe a bit too aggressive for most of you, but I think if you like it, you'll generally enjoy it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. One of the last FIFA 22 videos. Don't forget One Football app. Link is down below in the description. Don't forget, just download it. It's free anyway. You get the latest football news, and of course, if you download it, you do support my channel. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.